A. How do you compare the quotation from Wallace Chafe at the beginning of the chapter with the purpose of linguistics as a crystal or the mirror of a culture exactly as it should be and through the medium of which we transmit our ideas and feelings? It is important to state that this has as its main essence, its important structure is possible to say that linguistics is the construction of language by the effort requires the guidelines that govern it. B. Why do you think some people approach the study of linguistics with apprehensions? Is this your case? Plain. I think that one of the important characteristics of learning a language is the taste and interest that comes from the responsibility that are directly related of the apprehension of the language so it is also important to recognize the process that are framed within the learning. On the one hand, the didactics that is used from the simplest to the most complex that are integrated to the development of communicative competence. C. Is linguistics about correctness in language use? Explain. When the human being needs to convey an idea makes use of the communication for which it requires to make use of the spelling, vocabulary, and writing. On the one hand, the cohesion of the writing that take as main source of the delineation of the concept to transmit. D. What are the names of the great contributors to linguistic thought? How would you label each of them? For example, Ferdinand de Saussure, the father of modern linguistics. Chomsky, important research on the 19th century. He participated in formed for him. Language is part of linguistic science, emphasizes the importance of focusing on the mental process of language. Chomsky speaks of the normal use of language, what is simply novelty and non-habit. Therefore, language production is not established to external stimulus. That is to say that in any situation, the speaking subject can generate a novel verbal response. Purdue. What does it mean to speak? Relative to symbolic exchange given by characterized discourse that are based on the ability to dominate a language that involves imposing the discourse that is related to objectivity. Bastien emphasis on the approach that makes philosophy of the language for Bastien. The mechanisms of verbal communication was a statement where this one must be more than the word is the word contextualized. Choose the parts of speak and explain them in terms of definition, types and example. You will rest choose those parts of speak you are less familiar with. If you wish, you can use the glossary of English grammar, Belleek, included in the Unit 1 concepts for your search. Growth of word function and independent sentence is invariable and is between exclamation marks within various types within the on which express a pure message. O. Improper interjection that comes from other words like verbs and adjectives. An example is great was old. Interjections are classified according to their shape. Imitative interjections are those that are formed from the imitation of sound that are born in reality, such meow, wow. Expressive interjection express an emotion. As you speak are I. A polling interjection is the contact that is established with the listener by it. Interjection formulae are those of greeting or farewell, see you soon. Personal pronouns. They are tools that represent people or objects. There are different kinds as personal pronoun: first person I, second person you, and third person he, she, and it. Numerals: demonstrative, interrogative, possessive, exclamative, indefinite, and relative. Adverbs: it is that word that complements the verb, within and place as here, here, before, behind. Adverbs of manner: slow, better, worse. Adverbs of time: yesterday, never, always. Adverbs of order: later, after. Rafael is playing on the beach on Saturday. Rafael pronoun is playing verb. On the beach on Saturday. Adverb of time and place: my sister is a good person. She likes to help people. My sister pronoun is a good person. Adjective: choose pronoun: likes to help people. Verb and substantive.